Okay, we're out. The door opened and they stumbled into the library. The shaking had stopped, but they knew the danger hadn't passed. They ran across the hallway straight for a large metal door. Next to the door was the Uranus card reader. Slide it in. The door stumbled open, or rumbled open rather, out of the library, and into the hallway they ran.
Oh boy.
Now let's fucking do this. At the end of the hallway was the door. Junpei reached into his pocket, pulled out the key as he ran toward it. The key he put into the lock was a Neptune key. Yes, finally, he turned it. Moment of truth, guys. Whew. The lock clicked. As one, they shoved the door open and poured through it. In front of them was another great metal door. Okay, above it was a metal plaque. Okay, yeah. I almost said plask. Like that's a word or something. It read Incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so. Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here. Junpei ran up to it.
Pull that and the door should open.
Are you excited for this, Exodus? Last moments of the game.
Man, and I can't even believe this.
Got it! As he spoke, he pulled the lever. I actually liked this last part. It was cool. The motor in the door groaned as it slowly ground open. There was no time to waste. As soon as the door had opened, far enough to admit them, all four dashed through. Adjust my headset here. Then suddenly, there before them were the four who they parted from earlier. Yes, okay. Ace and Lotus stood in front of the number 9 door. Santa was curled to a ball against the wall of the incinerator, holding his stomach. What the fuck? What happened? And then there was June. Oh shit. She sat slumped against the wall, exhausted. What had happened? Junpei ran toward June. He skidded to a stop in front of her and knelt down. What's wrong? Are you okay? Oh, she looks defeated.
Yeah.
Her face was pale and her lips were dry. When she spoke, he could barely hear her.
Junpei, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
She mumbled the same words over and over, weakly. Junpei could feel his heart breaking. Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
She was looking towards Santa. Junpei turned to look as well. Santa grimaced, his face contorted in pain. Seven grabbed him by the collar, and roared at him. Hey,
Oh yeah, it's mine. Hey, where is that? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
Hurt! Despite himself, a groan of pain escaped Santa's lips as Seven shook him. I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it? Oh boy.
What? Isn't that obvious? I took the gun. Oh baby!
Yo,
that's
knew
awesome.
He was an asshole, yo.
This is like the second time he's fucked up Lotus like this. Ace! He did indeed have the revolver in his hand. That just looks so natural in his hands. I don't know what it is about that awesome picture right there. Where he just like points the gun at Lotus's head. It's just awesome. I mean, of course, it's not normal, but I mean, it's just an awesome picture. He did indeed have the revolver in his hand, pressed against Lotus's temple. He's had her pinned to him with the other arm. She was shaking visibly. Her fiery attitude was gone, replaced by fear. She didn't dare speak. There was sweat on her forehead, and her eyes were flickering. Oh, weren't flickering up the gun pressed against her. They seemed to desperately want to say something.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, huh? CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Seven's deep baritone rumble shook the walls. Oh god, Ace sneered. You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I have suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain? The pain of prosopagnosia, right? Junpei's voice was casual, or at least it was trying to be. Huh, another irritating insect. And how do you know that, hmm? Junpei couldn't say it, he just knew. Another unexplainable mystery. Jeez. No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of my time anyway. It's time for me to go. Behind Ace, Junpei could see the RED. It was placed in a small indentation on the wall. Huh. Quickly, Ace placed his hand on the scanner. It beeped and he forced Lotus's hand onto it as well. Then at last, he reached into his pocket and pulled something. Hey! And he pulled something out and pressed it against the panel. The third asterisk appeared on the RED. This is the most awesome part of this game, guys. the thing he had to use for the final verification was the bracelet with the number 9. It had belonged to the first man to die, Kubota. Yes. I believe I've won this game. His smirk made Junpei's blood boil. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose. Wait, something about the way he'd spoken. Did Ace not know who Zero was? Junpei's eyes flickered towards Santa. He hadn't moved since they entered the room. Santa was still holding his stomach and groaning as if in immense pain. Junpei wasn't sure if it was real pain, but he wasn't sure it wasn't either. What the hell did Santa get? What the hell did Santa have up his sleeve this time? At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Oh, I just love that line.
Wait!
Ace, of course, paid no heed to Seven's request, and laid hold of the lever on the RED. With a sickening sense of finality, he pulled it. Oh! Pwned!
Oh yeah, he totally got screwed.
Why isn't it opening? Lotus tried to take advantage of Ace's confusion and managed to twist herself out of his grasp, but at the last second, Ace grabbed hold of her wrist and shoved it into the RED. He waved the number 9 bracelet over the RED and then his own bracelet as well. He pulled the lever a second time. Damn, denied! No! What is this? Why? The digital root should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why? Why isn't it opening? Ooh, man.
Man, this was intense.
Ace's fury and confusion had overridden all other thoughts. He had set down the revolver. It was just below the RED. What's this guy, for real? Seven chose the moment to act. He moved faster than any man of his bulk should have been able to, and he launched that bulk straight at Ace. Good grief! Did you hear that impact? Wow! It was over before they knew it. In the blink of an eye, Ace was on the floor. Jeez. He rolled on his side, groaning in pain. Ugh! Lotus ran straight for Junpei. She darted around behind him and stuck her head out to make sure to keep Junpei between herself and Ace.
Phew! That was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven. Don't mention it. Give me a little later.
Seven stood over Ace. His breathing slow and heavy. Oh man, it's fantastic.
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I'd have ripped him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good.
True.
Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? What is he talking about? Ah, then you must be.
Yeah, you finally figured it out. Dumbass.
Fucking epic. Ace planted his hands on the floor and shook his head. Junpei walked toward him. He stopped and looked down at Ace, with pity in his face. Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashiro, didn't you? Wait, Nijisaki? He peered at Junpei, genuinely confused. Alright. You don't know yet, do you? Alright, we'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go to door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figured, you had 4 motives. 1, the notary game number 9 was dangerous. Whoever had the number 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. You could add 9 to any number and the digital root wouldn't change. Yes. In other words, number 9 could do whatever they wanted. Ace had wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. Ace also wanted to have the number 9 bracelet himself so that he can make use of his power. In fact, he later made use of it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number had been different, Kubota presented a problem for Ace. Kubota had known Ace's past. He knew what happened 9 years before. Before he told anyone, Ace had to silence him. 4. But last and perhaps most disturbing, Ace had used Kubota as a test. He wanted to know how serious this notary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? He convinced Kubota to break the rules so that he might see what happened. Sickening. That's why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing part of the RED, you ran into Nijisaki near a big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake. No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did... I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of the subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me, but if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me? Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the RED, you verified your own number, and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then when the door opened, you kicked him in. Well, he could have just shoved him, man. He doesn't have to be able... Well, 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead. Then you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you. Ace's self-derision was frustrating. But Junpei kept his emotions in check and continued. Last but not least, let's talk about Masahiro's death. Or Masashiro, whatever. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said? Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it? I handed you the pocket watch and you left the room. Ace had been in charge of the notary project. He would of course have known the solution to every puzzle. It followed then that he knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All Ace had to do was place the pocket watch in an indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, he was able to enter the captain's quarters. Masashiro was there. Next to him was an axe that fairly begged Ace to kill Masashiro with. He picked up the axe and swung it, burying the blade deep into the other man's chest. Ooh! That does not sound pleasant, yo. One blow was all it took. Afterwards, Ace returned to the chart room as though nothing had happened. How do you kill someone and then not feel anything? That's crazy. There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?